It's Friday, it is 2 p.m. PST or 10 p.m. BST, and that can only mean one thing. It is time for a new blog for Marvel Strike Force, and there have been a ton of things going on this week within the game and outside of the game. So if you want to know how to do the best in the events next week, then join me in this video. What's going on, everyone? I'm BPG and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I make at least 2 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week, usually based around the events in game. So if you find this video helpful, please do consider giving it a like. However, I do sometimes get time to make other videos as well. So if you want to know when those videos drop, don't forget to give the channel a subscribe and ring that notification bell, then you will know when those videos drop. And if you're new around here or not, please do leave a comment down below. I love to speak to each and every single one of you. And in the news this week, we have more Illuminati updates. Yep, last week we had some buffs to the Illuminati, and this week was no different. Apparently they're still not good enough. So let's take a look at what those buffs exactly are. So Hank Pym and Captain Britain have had a update go live. This should be live now in the game. Basically, they've said that even though it's a Cosmic Crucible team, they want the team to work better in other game modes. You can understand that. They've asked people to pay money for Captain Britain, and so really that team needs to work better in more game modes. They've basically given Hank's speed up, which was a Cosmic Crucible exclusive. Now that is available everywhere. So his speed up on spawn is going to occur in all game modes. And if Hank Pym's speed up on spawn was not enough, they are adding a new mechanic to Captain Britain's passive ability. He's effectively going to get the same passive as Nightcrawler. So no longer can his speed or the speed of his Illuminati members be reduced by anything but slow. So that means you can't bring things like Emma in to reduce their speed. Hank Pym's speed up is pretty good. Captain Britain's passive feels pretty bad. I will say that. That is going to stop a lot of counters to the Illuminati. But I'm sure we will work out counters to this team. And we have the Purple ISO-8 blog announced. And this blog is here. It's called It's Alive Purple ISO-8. I'm going to leave a link to it down below in the description. Basically goes over the fact that Purple ISO-8 is the next progression path within the game. It is going to launch with levels 1 to 3. I'm going to go over it a little bit later on in this video in a bit more detail. But Purple ISO-8 is very important because it is going to be needed to get Odin. And where is Odin coming from? Well, Odin is coming from Dark Dimension 8. That is correct. Odin will be available in Dark Dimension 8, which is going to be locked behind Purple ISO level 3. The traits for the nodes are slightly different in Dark Dimension 8. They are City Villain and City Hero, Global Villain and Global Hero, and Cosmic or Legendary. Those are the 5 traits that we are going to be fighting with in Dark Dimension 8 to try and get Odin. So what does this mean? Well, it looks like Scopely are slightly moving the goalposts, and this means that we are probably going to be getting 2 Dark Dimensions a year. This means that we're no longer looking at just gear increases. It no longer will Dark Dimensions all with the gear increases or level increases. It will now have another, when they want to bring out another thing like Purple ISO, they might use that as a way of bringing a character into the game. Now, I don't know this for sure. It's just my speculation, but It could be that we get 2 Dark Dimensions every single year now instead of one every sort of 9 months, which, hey, it keeps the game fresh. The Annihilators were revealed. Now, their kits were revealed. You can go and check out your favorite content creators' videos on those. I didn't do one of those, but I am going to be putting a infographic up on the Jetson Squad Discord. In my BPG Math Roundup part, I'll put the infographic there. And I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. I'll add it tomorrow so that you guys can go there and find that. And we have Eris coming to the Battle Pass. That is right, the God of War is upon us. This is going to be the first of 6 Battle Passes that Eris is going to be available in. And along with Ares being available in the Battle Pass, he is also going to have a showcase. Now, Ares in the Battle Pass, if you are a Battle Pass buyer, if you buy the Premium Pass, you will get the 3-star Ares unlock in the first season. So within the first 2 weeks, you will get Ares unlocked. Free to play, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. I reckon we're going to get about 45 shards. That's what we generally get free to play from a Battle Pass. So that would mean that we will be looking at around about the beginning of the 3rd pass of Ares going in, which it's going to be 6 passes overall. We are going to be getting the Ares at 3 stars after that sort of early part of the 3rd pass. And that's not too bad, because Ares does have some red stars available, and they are going to be available in the Drums of War milestone, which you're going to get the Helms of Ares from the Battle Pass, and they go towards the Drums of War milestone, and that's where his red stars are kept, and his diamonds, I believe. But certainly his red stars are there. And those Helms of Ares that we are going to be earning, we will have enough for 2 red stars after the first Battle Pass season. So after the first 2 weeks, we will get 2 red stars and then 1 red star for each Battle Pass season thereafter. And eventually at the end of the 6 Battle Passes, we will be able to get 7 red stars on Ares. That is pretty cool, in my opinion. And that, I believe, is supposed to be all free to play. So we're going to get 6 seasons in total. That's 12 weeks. Now, his awakened abilities, they are also going to come from, or one of them is going to come from the Battle Pass. His passive ability, which gives him Safeguard, that is going to come from the Battle Pass for free. His basic is going to come from the D4 showcase of his in the Ares showcase, so difficulty 4. And I believe that we are going to be able to complete that as a free-to-play player, which is really, really good. The special is going to come from an event or an offer, and the ultimate is going to come from an offer once you have gotten Ares to 5 yellow stars. Now, I don't think we are realistically going to get there as free to play. I think we're going to be about 40 shards off of the 5-star Ares by the end of those 6 battle passes. You know, we've got to have some sort of disadvantage to the people who spend money. And next week we have more pool party events. Pool party week 2 is upon us. Next week, you are going to be needing to spend pool party energy again. That's what we've been doing this week. But you're also going to get points for battling in Arena, Blitz, Cosmic Crucible, Raids, and Alliance War with Pool Pals, which is a new trait that is in-game live now, so you can take a look at that. But it includes people such as Wolverine, Pandapool, Deadpool himself, Gwenpool. So there are a few characters there that are going to be able to be used. Some of them not so much. You've got Cable and X23 and some of the others which don't get as much use. But needless to say, they are all very much Deadpool tied, and I really appreciate that, especially after this week and the Deadpool and Wolverine film being out. And what an amazing film. That is all I'm going to say about it. No spoilers from me, but a completely amazing film. If you haven't yet seen it, get out there and watch it. It really does, how can I say, save the Marvel Universe. Spider Society are going to be farmable. Hooray! Spider Society, yes! But there is some bad news with this. So the places where the Spider Society members are going to be farmable. We are going to have Peter B. Parker. He is going to be available in the Arena store. Most likely at 975 arena credits, because that's what the new ones have been going in there for. That is a tough farm, or you can get him from the arena orb, but that is a orb that is full of characters, and for me certainly will most likely end up being Ultimus shards. Penny Parker, she is going to the Crucible store. Yay, we have another Crucible store unlocked. We've got Leader in there. We've got Black Knight in there. We've got Penny Parker in there now. God, we're spoilt for choice as to what to spend our Crucible credits on. And Spider-Man, or Pavitra, he is going to the Spotlight Raid Orb, which kicks Iron Patriot out and into the War Store. Now, I'm unsure, because last time when Void Knight was a member of the Spotlight Raid Orb, he moved into the side pillar where he was able to be got. I don't know if that is going to be the same for Iron Patriot or if he is just going to the War Store. But overall, those stores are some pretty long farms if you are after them. Also of note, when that goes live this week, the Greek raid orbs, the old Greek raid orbs, so the Alpha, Beta, and Gamma orb, they are all being removed. So if you have not yet opened all of those orbs that you have gained, and if you're like me, most likely gained a load of Ultimus shards out of it, or if you're new, you might have, got some useful characters unlocked out of it, or semi-useful characters unlocked out of it. Those orbs are going away when the update to the Spider Society becomes farmable. So that'll be sometime next week. Keep an eye on your inbox for that. And two more things. We've got the Dark Promotion credit cap has been scrapped. So they have noticed that there are so many characters that need Dark Promotion credits now that they are scrapping the cap for Dark Promotion credits. That could be seen two ways, in all honesty. That could mean also that they can now make characters cost quite a fair bit in Dark Promotion credits if they want to, because there's no cap on it, so you can just save and save and save and save and save. But there are a lot of characters in the Dark Promotion credit store. I don't think I will ever get all my Dark Promotion characters to 7 red, let alone any diamonds on them. So as a free-to-play player, I've got to be very, very cautious. If you buy the battle passes and stuff like that, you're probably doing quite well. And there are more Illuminati orbs incoming. So yeah, that is right. The Pim's Pals orbs and the Queen's Entourage orbs. We are going to be getting more of those next week in the Pool Party Week 2 events, and I believe from the Radioactive prep event as well. And Summer Nights. Now, this was not available last week, but we now have the infographic that they produce. And I really like these infographics because it helps me prep for going forward with everything. So we have Adamantium is Forever, Twilight Expeditions, Mutant Ops. That is what we've done this week. Radioactive Prep is next week's event, and as you can see, there is a picture of Old Man Logan there. So most likely we are going to be prepping for Old Man Logan's return. TBD, but I would say that picture confirms that we are looking at a return of the Old Man Logan trials at some point in time. Week 3, we have Quantum Disco. This will be Hank Pym's free-to-play event. That is what I think it is, especially considering we've got the picture of Hank Pym right there. And the final event for this month is Diamond Claws, and it looks like there are diamonds for Old Man Logan available in this. So no doubt that will be a leaderboard. And speaking of leaderboards, there is a leaderboard with radioactive prep that we will go over in a moment. So where should you be after week 1 based on the math? Well, if you have followed all my math, we have a 10,000 disco orbs free claim this Friday with the quick rumble as well and everything else. You should be sat at 233,360 points, which should give you milestone 19. That'll be on Monday once all the events are finished. And so we look at the events for next week. We have Radioactive Prep. This is going to start on the 29th of July, which is Monday at 2 p.m. PDT or 10 p.m. BST if you're like me in the UK. It is a 7-day event, so it's going to finish on the 5th of August. And we have Purple Punch, which is the associated web milestone, and that goes on for the same period of time as Radioactive Prep. We also have Midnight Assault. This is the Alliance event for this week. It is going to start on Monday, the 29th of July at 2 p.m. PDT or 10 p.m. BST. It's a 6-day event, so it is going to finish on the 4th of August at 2 p.m. PDT or 10 p.m. BST. And in this event, you are going to be wanting to battle in war and collect allied supply 6 orb fragments from the daily free claim on the web store. If you don't know about the web store, I do leave a link to that in every video down below in the description. And the quick rumble next week, so not this Friday today, but next Friday will be Mutant Marvels. It's going to start on the 2nd of August at 2 p.m. PDT. And finish on the 4th of August, which is Sunday. And this week, you are going to get extra points for winning Blitz battles with Uncanny X-Men. So shall we take a look at Purple Punch? Now, from the picture here, you will see good old Deadpool holding some purple ISO-8. That is right, ISO-8 level 3 is coming. And in this event, we are going to be spending incursion campaign energy. I know it is not the nicest of things to be spending. It needs a bit of an update, I think, incursion campaign. Certainly, we could do with a few more chapters, maybe a few more, characters becoming farmable within that chapter, within the chapters. That will be quite nice as well. And raid battles, and it is going to give you 30,000 radioactive prep milestone points, 10,000 radioactive orb fragments, and 20,000 radioactive treats. Now, the radioactive treats, keep that in the back of your mind because we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the video. And the TLDR for this event, you are going to want to spend your daily incursion campaign energy. You do not need to core incursion campaign energy for this event. Do not core it. It is a waste of your cores. And you are going to want to do 9 raid battles per day. Now, if you weren't able to do 9 raid battles, you might have to core your daily incursion campaign energy. But the key thing to do here is to be able to get those 9 raid battles in daily and then just spend your incursion campaign that comes in over time. And that event all feeds into radioactive prep. And for us free to play, there are 2 scoring inputs, which is to earn radioactive orb fragments and to play cosmic crucible battles with the Illuminati team. Now, what that means, it's a new way that they're writing this now. That basically means to play a Cosmic Crucible battle with a Illuminati team member. So if you use the full 5, that's 5,000 points. If you use 1, that's 1,000 points. So that limit of 10,000 points is very, very easy to get. I've got a reasonable free-to-play total of 81,024 points. However, check back on Monday when I do the actual event math, when I know all the details that are available, and we'll be able to tell you exactly where you're going to get to. And the TLDR for this event, you are going to want to spend 200 power cores at least on Campaign Energy Daily. Now that is where these radioactive orb fragments are going to come from, and the radioactive orbs are going to have shards for Leader, Iron Patriot, Black Knight is what I know of from the data mines. Other shards that are going to be available, I don't know what they are going to be, but again, we will go over that on Monday's video when the orb is live in game. You're going to want to do 2 or 3 Cosmic Crucible battles with your Illuminati team. Now, if you're like me and you only have the 4 members of the Illuminati, I'm going to need to do 3 Cosmic Crucible battles with the Illuminati. If you have the full 5-player team, you are only going to have to need to do 2, which means you're going to be able to put them on defense for at least 1 round of Crucible this week. Now remember, Crucible starts on a Sunday and finishes on a Tuesday, but then it restarts on a Sunday again. So you will still get 3 trials this week. It means that you will be able to put your Illuminati, I would say, put them on defense on Sunday and Monday, and then take them off Tuesday and use them on the following Sunday, and that will get you, if you've got the full 5 members, and that will get you your 2 Crucible battles. And really and truthfully, you're only going to lose 2 battles there where you're not going to be able to have them on defense. And you're going to want to go to the web store to collect your daily free claim. And those 81,000 points, that is going to get us down to milestone 14. Now, I do believe that milestone 15 at 82,000 points will be achievable free to play. I think that is probably about as far as you're going to get reasonably as a free to play player. How can you get further? Well, the first thing you can do, if you've gotten as far as you want to get in this week's event that is currently ongoing, so if you've already got the event item, if you have, you know, if you're not worried about the costume, personally I would like the costume, so I'm possibly going to have to push on and just deal with this as I do. You could start hoarding campaign energy over this weekend. I'm going to try and do as much as I can where hoarding campaign energy is concerned, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But really and truthfully, you want to be earning as much as possible and spending as much as possible. I might even go and do 600 cores worth of campaign energy during this event. You will see here there are extra points for Cosmic Crucible with Black Panther Shuri, Hank Pym and Captain Britain. I never include those points in my breakdowns just because they aren't achievable yet for free-to-play players. If you have somehow lucked out and got Black Panther Shuri at 5 yellow stars, Hank Pym at 5 yellow, and Captain Britain at 5 yellow, which would have meant you would have had to buy some offers for Captain Britain if you've done that, so that's not free to play. But if you did have Hank Pym and Black Panther Shuri at 5 yellow stars, that is an extra 9,000 points you can take into this, which is quite nice. That might push you on to the next milestone available. And I said to you, there is a leaderboard available on this one. And the leaderboard is for T3 ISO-8 credits and the ions and more radioactive treats. Now, again, like I said, this is going to be mostly done by who can spend the most A, campaign energy, and B, money. Land where you land and just, you know, try and land as high as you can, but that 7,500, that could be doable for a lot of players who have sort of saved campaign energy over the weekend or saved campaign energy from the previous weeks. Hopefully, though, you will do as well as you can. What is important here is that you're going to get radioactive treats in this. And that leads me onto the purple ISO-8. And we are going to have a purple ISO-8 event store. It's going to be around for 6 weeks, and that is where you're going to spend the radioactive treats. And don't forget that purple ISO-8 is also going to be needed for Dark Dimension 8. Now, in this store, you are going to have T3 level 1 ions, T3 ISO crystals, character shards, the 3 things there that are of interest: the T3 L1 ions, the T3 ISO crystals, and possibly the character shards, depending on what they put in there. But don't get sort of sidetracked by the character shards. What you want to be aiming for, if you are like me and in the end game, you want to be aiming for those T3 ions and those T3 ISO crystals, because that is what is going to allow you to get into Dark Dimension 8, and you're going to want to get there so you can get Odin, because the mythic characters are generally pretty good. Let's take a look at what we've got so far. We've got Mephisto, we've got Super Skrull, we've got Apocalypse, we've got Dormammu, we've got Doctor Doom, we've now got Ultimus as a rework, we've got Kestrel, and we've got Ultron. Okay, Ultron's the dub of the team there, but the mythic characters are absolutely amazing and they never fail to hit the spot. So you're going to want to get Odin as quickly as possible. And speaking of getting Odin, I am going to do a video at some point in time next week going over my Dark Dimension 7 / Dark Dimension 8 choices. I have just entered Dark Dimension 7 this week, so that journey has now begun for me. I've got some choices that I'm going to make based on the information that we have already got. So join me in that video for my choices on Dark Dimension 8, and hopefully it'll help you. And now for some final thoughts. It is a packed week. We are going to be wanting to make sure you stay on top of the battle pass. You are going to be wanting to do those pool party events, but it is still a chill month with only Hank Pym looking like it as an event that we are going to have to take part in to earn a character. So one character in these 4 weeks is quite nice. So without further ado, let me know in the comments down below what you're doing this month. Have you got any projects on this month in Marvel Strike Force that you're working on with this quieter month? If you found this video helpful, do remember to give the video a like and maybe even share it with some of your Alliance mates. And until next time, everyone, stay positive.